Inside Elon Musk's kids' billionaire lifestyle. We are all familiar with Elon Musk, who is not only a billionaire entrepreneur, but also the world's richest person. With a net worth of $206 billion, he tops the Bloomberg Billionaire Index, and with a net worth of $206 billion, he also ranks first on the Forbes Rich List. As it turns out, the revolutionary mind behind companies like SpaceX and Tesla is just like any other father-founder out there, which makes you wonder what kind of lifestyle his privileged children live. This article will deal with the lifestyle of his kids and Elon Musk's being a father. We mostly believe that children of aristocrats or the elite class get a shortcut to things, and they must be showered with all sorts of lavish gifts and comforts beyond their wildest dreams. As we already know, Elon Musk isn't your average rich guy that has struggled to make ends meet. His decisions create a domino effect, but he is one of the most real and hardworking men. He works as if he's still living paycheck to paycheck and putting in 70-plus hour work shifts every single week. He has 7 children. His first sons, Ian and Xavier, were twins born in 2004 through an in vitro fertilization. His second sons, Kai, Saxon, and Damien, are triplets that were born in 2006 via in vitro fertilization. And finally, we have the newest addition to the family, Ash, A12, who was born on May 4th, 2020. The first son, Nevada Alexander Musk, passed away tragically from SIDS in 2002. Indeed, Elon has jokingly stated that he would rather stick a fork in his hand than open up about his personal life following a messy divorce. Elon shares custody of his 5 sons with his first wife, Justine Wilson. According to Justine, all matters concerning her and the children are handled via Elon's personal assistant. Elon rarely communicates with Justine in person, but the two have managed to make their custody sharing work for the sake of their kids' nicknames over the years. Elon Musk is accused of not being present in his children's lives. But anything, he's admitted on several occasions that his one true love is his kids, and that's what he's actually nicknamed them, his true love. In fact, Elon spends every minute of his non-working waking hours bonding with his boys. The kids are also fortunate enough to have a wealthy father who can afford to take them anywhere around the world, which means that they get to travel to some of the most exotic places in the world, while their dad holds important discussions about power and renewable energy with key influential figures on the planet. Whenever he's held up at work, Elon flies his sons down to the Tesla factory for homeschooling. More importantly, he does this so that they can spend time with him, and the family also goes on a camping trip every year to spend quality time together, get away from the media, and give Elon a much-needed break as he recharges after an exhausting work schedule. Education is very important, and he believes that too. Children from wealthy families with an enormous fortune have the option to just take over the business. Musk has made it an important factor that all his children should receive the best schooling. Elon Musk's sons receive homeschooling, but it's not your average type of homeschooling. At an early age, they're enrolled in their father's own school, the Ad Astra, which he built exclusively for them. Musk felt there was no reason to expose his son's business to the current and mediocre school curriculum, especially with all of the substandard education being offered in many of the public and even private schools around Musk. Musk even stated that students have different abilities at different times, so tailoring education to their aptitudes and abilities makes more sense. They adopted one syllabus that's been used repetitively for years, and then adopted another, so-called new school instead, but with only a few minor changes made to the system. At Elon School, instead of having his children be like others, he's hired some of the best teachers in the world to educate his sons based on their aptitudes and abilities. If they're good at a particular subject, then the teacher's aim is to nurture and develop it. The school also teaches them to focus their energies on problem solving and not rely on solutions. Using other people's tools and inventions to find a solution, they'll fall apart. You will often be given a series of electrical components to take apart. Once they've done so, They'll be given each individual component to study and figure out how it plays a vital role in running the entire device. It's pretty obvious that Elon is teaching his sons to be leaders, not followers. He wants the device. You will often end up in an environment where they can flourish and become the best versions of themselves, rather than being slaves to the system of life and discipline. One thing that Musk has admitted that really bothers him about his sons is that they haven't suffered at an early age like he did, which in retrospect he believes helped mold and shape him into the man he is today. He feels like suffering gave him that extra gear of strength and will to excel in life and schooling in South Africa. Musk was the victim of systemic bullying, where he would occasionally get punched in the face. If there was no blood, he would wake up, shake it off, and pretend everything was fine. As for his sons, they're growing up with a whole set of experiences that are quite luxurious and unusual for most kids their age. But they probably won't realize it until they're well into their 20s. For instance, he recalls taking them to the Monaco Grand Prix, where they hung out with the Prince and Princess of Monaco. What really surprised him was that they seemed quite indifferent about it, as if it were all normal, when in reality, it isn't. Because let's be honest, most children wouldn't even dream of the opportunity of socializing with elite society. As much as Elon is a loving father, he's also very strict. One rule he's incorporated into his household is that his sons have to read more books than the number of video games they play. And even when they're playing video games, they're not allowed to play dumb ones. For example, there's one time Elon found them playing a video game where the only objective of the game was to tap on a cookie. He was so furious about it that he made them delete the cookie game right there and then, and had them download another game where the objective of the game was to measure the flight path of a bird. Elon even joked that at least there was some physics involved in how his son would shape out. Unlike most children hailing from privileged backgrounds, Elon is assertive. Elon's sons seem to be well-grounded, with an ever-present father figure that's molding them into the best versions of themselves. Elon is tender, yet assertive. He ensures that they get the very best of what the world has to offer. But it shouldn't get to their heads, especially because they'll be inheriting a fortune that's well into the realm of billions of dollars. Elon knows how to be a parent, and he's a mix of both strictness and understanding. Once his sons were caught misbehaving at a house party or engaging in risky behavior, but then again, they are young and have only just begun to experience the freedom that comes with pre-adulthood. On the bright side, Elon seems to be guiding them towards a path of succession where they'll hopefully take over from where he leaves off with his guidance and nurturing. Elon's sons have a bright future. We could potentially be looking at the next billionaire CEOs of Tesla, SpaceX, and the Boring Tunnel, but we'll let you call it. Do you believe that all of Elon Musk's sons will enter the world of technology, or do you believe that one of them will be blessed with an artistic talent that he will gradually develop? After all, Elon's sister, Tosca Musk, is a filmmaker. Perhaps one of his sons could be the next Martin Scorsese. This was all for today. I hope this was informative and took you on a deep dive into Elon's experience as a father. You be the judge of how good or bad he is. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. I will see you in the next one.